Hi, we're Gaz and Bex and Meandering Manships. Welcome to our channel and thank you for subscribing. In January 2023, we quit corporate life and started to blend our passion for travel with earning a few quid working on campsites in between our adventures. On this channel, we share some of those experiences as we explore the UK and further afield in our motorhome and share our first impressions of sites, pitch-ups, pub stopovers and places of interest that we visit. In episode 5 of this France, Spain and Portugal in a motorhome series, we shared our time in Carceres, an ancient picture postcard village built on the side of a cliff many centuries ago, and learned a little about the resilience of the beautiful people who lived there. In this episode we head 52 kilometres further inland along the MA 528 to Ronda, passing through more Pueblo Blancos, including Gussan, Macatosin, Bernard de Led, before arriving at our next campsite, Camping El Sur in Ronda. Ronda sits high in the mountains in Spain's Malaga province of Andalusia, straddling the deep El Tejo gorge, which boldly separates the city's 15th century new town from the much older Moorish town from a rulership long gone. There are several bridges that connect the city across the gorge, with the most spectacular one, Puente Nuevo, providing stunning views across to the mountains, and is a hugely popular tourist spot, with visitors bustling to capture shots of the vista from this bridge. The Plaza de Toros is another not-to-miss landmark. This 18th century bull ring is constructed entirely of stone and was built during the famous bullfighter of the day, Pedro Romero's time. Today no bullfights take place here, and the Plaza de Toros is a museum where visitors can learn more about the combatants that once fought there, 18th century culture in Spain, and attend the spectacular Feria Goyesca. Camping El Sur was a great campsite with something for the whole family. This includes clean and well-maintained facilities block with hot showers and large mirrors, laundry, small shop, warm and friendly reception, mini-golf, Wi-Fi, a mirador to view Ronda and the surrounding mountains, and an on-site bar and restaurant. This was closed during our stay for staff holidays, but there was another local restaurant called La Cuadra less than half a kilometre away along a tarmac path. The local shop was just a short distance further in an area called San Francisco. It costs €27 a night, but the price reduces if you stay for multiple nights. We stayed for 2 nights and it cost us €50 in total. Good morning and welcome to Camping El Sur in Ronda, Andalusia, Spain. It's about 9 AM in the morning on Monday the 22nd of January, and after spending 3 lovely days here in Ronda, we're heading on again. Today we're going to drive about 100 kilometres to Seville, which is northwest of here. As you can see, we're completely surrounded by mountains, and in the distance there is Ronda. We've done lots and lots of walking again, scratched through the surface and gone onto the smaller streets off the tourist track. Drank some sangria, ate some tapas, ate some paella. And just had a really lovely time. So this site is immaculate, as many are, but this one particularly. It's got lots of sculptures around. So I don't go back on myself. If you are walking to Ronda, it's less than 1 kilometre. And it's this footpath. Literally takes you straight into an area called San Francisco. There's a bar there called La Quadra. There's a supermarket, and then several other bars and restaurants before you get to one of the main squares where there are water fountains, bars, restaurants, a large play area for children. Then you walk up the hill towards Convent Santa Maria, which has the most beautiful piazza outside where you can have guided tours. They do horse carriage rides. After some deliberation, we decided we were going to try and spend a few nights in Seville. Generally, with an 8-metre motorhome and a dog, we try to avoid large cities. But on this occasion, we thought we'd give it a try. As we got closer to Seville, we started to look for alternatives just in case it didn't work for us. And that was ultimately the right call for us. We found driving around even the outskirts of Seville actually quite difficult. Traffic pollution was quite high, and it just didn't feel right at all. So as much as we would love to see certain aspects of that gorgeous city, we made the difficult decision to just park up overnight on the outskirts and then travel on. So we found a free air in an area on the outskirts to the southwest of Seville called Umbret, and it was lovely. It took about 20 vehicles, it was full, and there was a slight overflow on the road at the side of it, and when we got there it was a sleepy Monday afternoon, and lots of places on a Monday afternoon are closed. So we just wandered through the village, found a bar, found a pasteliera, bought some cake, and just really enjoyed the afternoon. The sun was shining, it wasn't too hot, it was just nice, before retiring for the evening and planning our next destination. Good morning and welcome to Autocaravanas Umberta on the outskirts of Seville in Spain. Really popular. I'm not going to film that way because there's a school there and it's not appropriate really. So the site was completely full last night, with a whole range of different vans again, from what looks like a converted truck, it's fantastic inside, to this beast and everything in between. Glorious morning. It's about 10 AM now. It's one of those hours where you're off grid, so it does have a small service point on the air, which is fantastic, but there's no electric hookup, no bin, anything like that. So there's a lovely walk there through olive groves. There's a lane there that takes you into Umberta. I know a gorgeous smell of bacon and toast and whatever going on. Not just from our van either. Lots of doggos on here. Lots of people already clearing out. By about 7 PM last night there were vans trying to get on. The access road to it does actually have parking spaces there as well, so when Gary took Bonnie for a walk this morning there were about 5 or 6 vans parked down there too. So even if you can't fit on, there are safe spaces in the immediate vicinity to park up. There's a service point, so you can drop your waste, you can fill up your water, you can empty your chemical waste, and there's just about room for 2 vehicles on there. So to go into Umberta itself, you just walk down there, turn left, and just head for the church. I think that's probably the easiest way to find the centre of it, but just explore. It's beautiful, really lovely. We arrived on a Monday. We call it the curse of Mondays, where wherever we go, Mondays lots of things are closed. But we did find a pasteliera. I probably just crucified that. A cake shop basically. Where we had one of those great big heart-shaped cakes that has chocolate poured over the top. I'll look up the name and put it in. So we had one of those between us. I had a vino tinto, red wine, but it tasted more like, I don't know, damson wine or something, or I thought it was sloe gin at first. Really rich and creamy, beautiful, just a small glass. Gary had a cerveza. And then just at the end of the lane where you come in, there's actually a sports complex that's attached to the schools, and there's a cafe and bar at the front of there as well. You don't have to be a member, anybody can use it. Sat outside for a little while, just chatting about our plans for the next couple of days. We had hoped to go into Seville, but while we've been motorhome, we found that big cities aren't that accessible. One, if you've got an 8-metre motorhome. 2, if you've got a pretty big dog. We have both. And we don't want to get stressed. This is a holiday, so we're not going to go into Seville, much as it kind of saddens us, because Gary's ready for the barbers and he really wanted to check in at the barber of Seville. But hey, we may attempt it on the way back, we don't know yet. So today we're going to head towards an area near to the Portuguese border. and then tomorrow hopefully head into Portugal itself and spend a few weeks touring around there. So that's a quick sight of the air. I'll put the contact details on for you, or directions, and any other local information on this short video. See you soon. In the next episode, we head over to the Portuguese border to a city called Ayamonte, where we spend a night on an air at the marina before heading over the bridge and into Portugal itself, where we pitch up for several nights at Manta Rota.